Well, hello and welcome to another Tribulation Soldier Sitrep here on the Tribulation Soldier ebook series, guys. And of course, this is it, our summer Sitrep, as it were. It's been quite a summer so far. So I'd like to share a little bit about that and sort of where we're at in this online platform at the moment as well. And as a person, I'm still sort of struggling with things like PTSD and various other things after surgery's gone wrong, so maybe touch on that as well as we crack on. But guys, if you're watching this again, I've said as much as I can throughout our videos, that we try not to mention coronavirus too much, that there will come a point when we're past this season, and I'm sure that we won't sort of want to look back on it, so I don't want all our videos filled up with coronavirus stuff, it's not what I want at all. So this is it, guys, it's our summer Sitrep. I hope you enjoy. Well, the coronavirus season really has been quite something, guys. I don't really have to say, we're still being affected by it. Here in Scotland even, still got restrictions, even though the vaccinations are going through. I've got a lot of friends in different countries around the world, sort of more rural communities and that, and they're quite behind with it as well. So it doesn't seem to be going away any day soon. But again, guys, I really don't want to push into that too much. At the moment, we're still building this online platform. And we're still adding videos to various parts of it and things like that. And again, I just don't want to have this whole online library just coronavirus being mentioned all the time, kind of have to here at the moment, just because of what we're talking about and stuff. But guys, I hope that doesn't sort of put across to you that we're, that I don't think about it or, just don't mention it. Look, we're having so much fun and stuff. It is very difficult, and I know that probably all of us have been affected in some way, shape or form through this whole season, and it's kind of been a little bit doubly for me, I must say, for after the surgery's gone wrong and stuff like that, but I'm certainly a lot better off than some of the people that I know, some of the people that we know through our online platform. Yes, I mean, we've actually got friends that I'd call even more family in places like India, Pakistan, Nepal and South America and places like that, and they've been quite hard hit. Some of them have been very hard hit, and we've kind of tried to help where we could and things like that, I don't think there's any of us really that haven't had someone affected by the coronavirus in some way, shape or form. So guys, I just hope that we're praying, that I know this season will come to an end at some point, and hopefully lessons will be learned, all the different countries will learn a few lessons about, where we went with it and all that sort of stuff, guys. But we just have to keep pushing on through till it's done, guys. Yes, it's kind of been doubly for me in a sense, guys. I mean, like I said, nothing compared to what some of our friends and family have been through, But, I've had this whole PTSD and surgery recovery to sort of deal with at the same time, And the PTSD has been quite a thing to live with, guys, and live through. I know it's going to pass at some stage, we'll come out the other end at some point. But I just didn't realise it would take this long to be at the stage I'm still at, And guys, I know it looks like, in our Barney Family and our Barney Family Fun, the kids channel and our personal social media that, seem happy enough and all the rest of it, but that's just on camera, And I'm certainly not faking it, I'm certainly not faking it. I'm really trying to sort of move forward and sort of use the YouTube videos as a sort of an engine to sort of get better, But the PTSD is still quite bad, and if you haven't heard the story before, you went through for a basic hernia surgery, and the surgical team nicked my bowel, closed me back up. I needed an emergency on an operation. I was about to die because of sepsis, and I had an open wound for about 7 months, I think it was. Then I went back to correct that issue, and it went horribly wrong again. I ended up 5 days in a breathing machine and about a month in hospital. And it took me up until, I keep saying this, like Christmas, I think last year, before I could physically pick up Emily or David. It was, physical strength was that low, But I've been through this whole physical rehabilitation from major surgeries before. And always sort of come through the other end. But this PTSD is really quite something, guys. I have to say, I've never really dealt with it on this kind of level before. And it's a bit like, the only way that I can explain it to you, and don't worry, we'll go on to some happier news shortly, but the only way I can really explain it to you is it's like emotionally and mentally, you feel like you're on a rickety bridge all the time. That's what it feels like. Before you feel like you're fairly centered, you have your wobbles like everybody else, but this feels like it's constant. And I find that I just still can't get sleep at nights. wake up very low in the mornings. You know, for a lot of the videos that I've really wanted to do, I haven't been able to do because I just haven't had the energy or whatnot. You know, so you see the videos that we are putting on, you know, are good days. You know, they're good times. But guys, it really just does carry on for me at the moment, you know, and I really can't say when it'll end in some senses, you know, it's just sort of the way that it is. But I do believe, I mean, I really do, I see the improvements, lots of prayers from my friends and family and stuff, you know, we'll get there in the end. But really, guys, the reason I was explaining this more than anything else is just for the way the online platform looks at the moment. You know, we are still building, I'm still writing, you know, we're still moving forward, but the PTSD seems to be the thing that's kind of overshadowed it all the time, you know, and I just don't feel I'm out of that shadow yet, you know, and I just have to keep going, keep taking the doctor's advice and, you know, go what I feel led to do and stuff like that, you know, and we'll get through it in the end, we will. Yeah, so that's what I'm sort of going through at the moment, guys, you know, and always open about it, always open, you know. I know a lot of people around the world suffer from it or suffered from it, but events that have taken place in their life and all that sort of things, you know. But the world keeps turning, you know, and of course, you know, from surgery recovery through this PTSD and physical recovery and of course the coronavirus, it's been very important for my mind as well, but very important for the kids to sort of have that sense of normality, you know. You know, we've never been through something like this before, you know, and of course last year was just so unexpected. So really what we decided to do, guys, was just try and carry on as normal, you know, especially on the Barney Family channel stuff on our YouTube, you know. And we've just really tried to carry on as normal. And like I said, it appears that we are having fun, and yeah, I have great fun with the kids, but it is quite a task at times. But I have to say, you know, the Barney Family fun stuff, that's the kids channel. It has been a lot of fun, you know, and this summer really has been focused on them, you know. Still got all these restrictions happening and bits and pieces, you know, so it's been ever more important for me to sort of be there and do a lot more with the kids. And of course, the most latest thing we've sort of been up to is heading down to Loch Lomond. Now, by the time I share this Sitrep, we'll be into some of the videos by that point, you know. But generally what we try and do in the summer is go away for our 10-day break. And it tends to be a bit more of a working holiday as such, where I actually, you know, film and do bits and pieces and stuff and try and get a rest as well. But again, I kind of use it as rehab. But what gives us after that is a lot of videos and a lot of images to share, you know, and Loch Lomond really was quite something. And, you know, the first day, sitting on the canoe, lifeguard and the kids, you know, they were in swimming, they had their life jackets on and everything, just typical me. And it was unusually hot that day, and I got really, really badly burned on my legs. I mean, big style, you know, really, really bad. And as it turned out, actually, cellular damage to my shins. You know, it's a bad place to get sunburn. And guys, there was a couple of days I just couldn't walk. It was so painful, you know. And then a lovely chemist gave me this steroid cream and went at it. I'll tell you guys, 3 weeks down the line, it's still purple. You know, the front of my shins, they will get better. So that kind of overshadowed it a little bit, you know, but no, I mean, it was really, really good. Got out and done some vlogs, we visited some castles, we went to the aquarium, you know, so the kids got to go to Blair Drummond Safari Park as well. And plus, you know, I got to film them doing all their stuff, all the sort of antics they get up to, you know. So at the moment, that's what we're sharing just now, you know, just after that period. And hopefully we'll get back to the motorbike vlogs soon, you know. The other big thing that we've really been doing, guys, is wild camping. And we bought a roof tent during the lockdown, you know, and a bit extra money. So we thought we'll invest in a roof tent for the car. They were half price at the time, you know. And I think it's one of the best buys we've ever sort of grabbed a hold of. We've been away in about 4 or 5 wild camps now, guys, and I'll tell you something. I like, you know, the caravan down at Loch Lomond. You get the air conditioning, you get your TV and your fridge and all that sort of stuff. You know, we've always had caravans. And never so keen on camping as such, but I'll tell you, that roof tent is awesome. Really comfortable, warm, windproof, you know, and getting the Land Rover all set up, you know, with expedition stuff, you know, the expedition boot box and the roof box and the roof tent, you know, that's been really something, you know. I've had to get a hand here and there with the heavier stuff. I'm still not quite 100% there, you know. But basically now, you know, David and Emily and I went to, I think it was Loch Lomond, Loch Morloch. Down to the beach as well, you know, just tremendous. It's been a really good buy, and I know that quite a lot of other people, just from social media, a lot of that wild camping, a lot you guys are doing, and I think you're just enjoying it as much as I am. You know, it's you really do sort of get a bug for it, you know. So we'll certainly have more wild camping videos in the future. And of course, for the kids, guys, you know, we just crack on with all the Barney Family fun YouTube stuff, you know. And for David and Emily, that means 24-hour challenges and quad biking, gaming. Gaming's their new sort of thing at the moment. They're pushing forward a Saturday morning show on the channel as well, you know. And that complements our Barney Family YouTube channel, you know. So focus quite heavily on that. I've focused quite heavily on that, I think, you know. And it really sort of comes back to now, you know, I really need to get back to the book series and, you know, back to about preaching and teaching and all the different things that we do, you know. Because the book series, I think, again, don't want to mention coronavirus, but coronavirus came around, you know. And I just felt that the book that we're on at the moment would probably be better just for when we're nearly past it, sort of thing, you know. We've got 4 books available at the moment. I'm generally writing most weeks, you know, not so much over the summer, but most weeks. So the series is always progressing, you know. And of course, sort of the end of last year, I think we'd loaded up the last of our Tribulation Soldier ebook training videos, the basic training videos, 16 videos all about the series and all about our online platform, you know. But I've had some great ideas for writing, you know. I never seem to get that writer's block. It just keeps coming, you know. So I'm really looking forward to hitting the Tribulation Soldier books quite hard again, you know. But of course, during the summer, guys, you know, you've got to spend the time with the kids. You've got to focus on them for a time, you know, and, you know, do some outside stuff as well, you know, a lot of outside stuff. But we have fell behind with 1 or 2 things. I think one of the big things was the Bandit Project. You know, we do those motorbike vlogs and stuff like that, you know, out in the bike. And I just, you know, I do love going out in the countryside with a bike, and I really hope you enjoy the roads of Scotland, you know, and the places that we go. But I really can't justify running 2 bikes at the moment. So the Bandit, the one that we've been customising, I'm probably going to get that finished off and get it ready. But we maybe either swap the Fireblade for the Bandit or see if we can't have both of them on the road at the same time, you know. So that'll be really good. I really want to get that project done. And of course, one of the bigger ones as well, guys, is us getting this house finished that we're in just now. It served its purpose really well when David and Emily were young, and, you know, run the children's daycare here at the house and stuff like that, you know. But for what we're doing now, the place is just getting way too small, you know. So the hope is, guys, that once we get rid of this place, we can buy an old farm with a bit of land, you know, and that's what we're really sort of looking to do. We just don't have the space for the kind of projects that we'd like to do, you know. I mean, I keep talking about, I've just been talking about it lately, actually, about my next car. You know, probably won't sell the Land Rover, I'll keep the Land Rover. I've had it for about 14 years, but I've not had a new car in years, guys, you know, 14 years ago. So I'm thinking of going for a lorry. An actual lorry, not like a 7.5 ton lorry with a flatbed and all that sort of stuff, more the tractor unit of the articulated lorry. And of course, guys, in this country, my license lets me drive anything up to 7.5 ton, so I can drive a 7.5 ton moving lorry, for example. So you can drive a lorry cab, apparently, so I've got a lot to look into, a lorry cab, as long as you remove the 5th wheel. And that vehicle itself is under 7.5 ton. So we're really going to be looking towards like a Scania. I don't know if you guys have a lot of Scanias in America. I know you have Volvos and stuff like that. Getting a hold of an American truck would be absolutely awesome, but, you know, I just don't know where we'd pick one of them up at a sort of price, you know. But like a Scania lorry, big Scania lorry would be absolutely tremendous, a proper sleeper lorry. One that we could use for longer distances, going to Skye, fishing and stuff like that, you know. And, you know, living here, we just can't really do that, you know. So there's a lot of projects, there's a lot of things, you know, like especially with David and Emily doing their YouTube stuff. We're just needing the room now, you know. So we're going to crack on trying to get this house finished and done. So we have a few DIY dad videos to share. You might have seen like our living room project, and the kitchen was a big one, and all that sort of stuff, you know. So guys, you know, although we're kind of really restricted, I'm really kind of working quite hard towards what we're doing, you know. And again, with the whole PTSD and surgery recovery, it's up and down. It's very, very up and down. You know, it goes good sometimes, and on other days it just doesn't go well at all. And you just can't seem to sort of get there, you know. But as always, guys, just looking forward and looking forward and looking forward. Yeah, so we're coming out of that sort of summer season now, you know, guys, and I will get a bit of fishing done now. You know, in Scotland it can be quite hot during July. It's, you know, it's quite hot fish, you know. But once everything starts cooling down, you find that there comes a really settled season where there's not a lot of wind and you've got some nice bright sunshine and, you know, everything's nice and fresh. And that means we can go out on the sea with the boat and do some sea fishing. We're obviously, you know, keep adding fishing videos to the channel as we sort of go along, you know, which is really enjoyable. But hopefully we'll get some real sea fishing ones coming up for you guys shortly that sort of really like that stuff. Yeah, so that's where we are at the moment, guys. And again, we share this Sitrep and of course our other videos as well through our personal social media and, you know, our friends and family and stuff. And guys, all I can say, as per usual, you know, is thank you so much for your support. You know, it really is not easy. I tend to try and do everything by myself quite a lot of the time, but I think during this has really taught me to really lean on others, not in an annoying way, hopefully, but is to really rely on others for their support. You know, the good words, and guys, even just the good words, you know, guys coming through on Messenger and things like that, such a boost during this time, you know. And you know, of course, guys, be praying for you on the other end of that, guys, the ones, you know who you are, that are suffering from that coronavirus season. You know, for those of you that don't know, a friend has just come out of hospital after 60 days, still on oxygen as well. I had a friend that was down 3 or 4 weeks as well, just touch and go every night, just us talking back and forth every day, you know, about, you know, and he was actually went to bed in his grave clothes, believe it or not, which was, you know, which was hard going, you know, for a while there. So guys, you know, I hope, that's my big thing, I just really hope that, you know, when you see the videos we're putting forward on that, you know, that, you know, we are, you know, we're having fun and we're doing things for the kids and all the rest of it, but our friends and family are never far from our minds, especially the ones that are going through it, you know. But guys, I do believe this season will come to an end. It'll come to an end one way or another, you know. It's being prolonged at the moment, but it will come to an end, you know. Normal life will be back at sort of some stage, you know. And I think then, guys, that's when the healing begins, you know, for many of us, many people in the world. So we'll have to see how that all works out. So guys, listen, for now, thank you so much. Just kind of rambling on a little bit in this one, but it was really just to get as much sort of put across as possibly can, you know. Always trying to update where we're at through the videos that we produce and various articles and photos we share and all that sort of stuff, you know. You catch up about Bailey, our wee Jack Russell, and the kids and the family members and all that sort of stuff, you know. But we sort of will get back to everything, I think, you know, when the season begins to change, really get right and really start thinking about when to release this next book and sort of really move forward with that. But for now, guys, again, thank you so much for the support, and I just thank you so much for watching our videos and liking our posts and commenting, you know, it really is so encouraging during this time of building. So for now, guys, thank you and God bless.